You know, would you had to do that telepathy to bring him in and say, please, they are killing me. Come and save me. Come and save me.
Nobody killed me now. Nobody killed me. I can actually defend myself. I'm from Mwabu, Sons of Lions.
Yeah, I like that. So his name, by the way, is Kelechi.
Can you reduce yourself?
And you could. He's a doctor, and the real one. He always tells me that he might only be, facial doctor. Yeah, it's for real. He started to get that, and we appreciate his knowledge of football. Also, I totally enjoyed his response on those who were very critical of Gonzalo Higuain, saying if he had scored the penalty, probably the game would have gone beyond the reach. As engineer in the studio is complaining about Nnamdi's gigantic head.
He says I have a big head.
Yeah, no.
KP is complaining. He says I have a big head.
You're stroked in the camera.
He says I'm destroying
Chideberi's view.
No, Azu's face.
Oh, okay.
I told the Lord Jesus, I need to do this.
Well, we're trying to fix all of the areas. Kalakpo, an amazing web designer. And he's still an amateur when it comes to organising, about 4 or 5 cameras in the live studio. He'll get close to it, and he'll get close to it. But we like him so much. Very passionate man, just like the fans who've come out to see these 2 matches. One in Portugal, the other in Spain. The champions Real Madrid up against Paris Saint-Germain. It's surprising that after 8 minutes, it's still goalless.
Still goalless, Emmanuel. I'm not surprised at all. I expect Madrid to topple PSG this game. When I saw the SI, I think it's going to be a battle in the midfield. Isco, Toni Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro against Marco Verratti, Rabiot, and the young player they call Leo Celso. I think it's going to be a tough match.
Celso is in
and
pain.
I see Madrid winning this.
Well, apologies, I hate to interrupt analysis, but this is quite a concern. The Brazilian Marcelo went into a tackle. Well, the first instance, it didn't look like it was going to be one he would come off not standing because he's still down on the turf again. And it seemed like his left hand.
I think it's a knee.
What is it, a knee? Boy, he's clutching onto his right hand, actually.
It didn't land well.
Well, he actually did land well.
He got the injury. I think he got the injury before actually falling. It looks quite serious, though.
Well, it does seem serious because the referee, who, by the way, his identity I'm going to reveal within seconds, he's from Italy. He's Gianluca Rocchi. It's pretty much the reason why the Italians dominate the list of referees heading to the World Cup. While Marcelo is still down, the Brazilian is written in paint. I'm not sure he can carry on.
It's going to be really, really huge loss for Real Madrid to see Marcelo go down.
He's still down.
The biggest move and the slickiest move of this particular encounter.
I agree.
Went past 2-3 defenders and made a good pass that would have cost the first goal. But look at what's happening to him at this point. They've lost their number 1 right back in Carvajal due to suspension. If Marcelo goes out, it's going to be a huge loss for Real Madrid. And you know how potent the attack of their opponents in PSG can
Possible
be.
Substitute if he leaves the pitch? Who should comment for him? He's not going to go off, man. Marcelo. But again, for a defender who's quite offense-minded, he needs both arms and quite flexible to swing.
Yeah. I think you can run without. I used to play football, so I run without just one. This young man,
unbelievable man. No, this young man, has been shouting about football.
And you can run with one.
Bucci has been shouting about football, how he can.
Just one have 2 left leg. Ronaldo have 2 left leg.
And at the end of the day, Bucci plays monkey post.
Monkey post is football. I play football.
Well, we are live on Facebook. That we can confirm.
Yes, we can confirm. You're live on Facebook.
Right. Am I allowed to say that? Well, I just did. So even if we're not live, just go to the page. Nigeria Space Info 99.3. Got a glimpse of everyone. The man who's standing right behind me with his Gugu. Kelechi. You've taken it off?
Yeah, I don't have my cap on here.
No, he has a dreadlock on now.
No, fam. That's not me.
It looks like Benjamin Waruwaru. I saw him in Kano when they played for the IDPs. Yes, amazing guy. Quite a gentleman. And such a pleasure to always have Kelechi in the studio. But don't know how this makes you feel psychologically. Does it affect you?
Course,
this is a Champions League night.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I miss it. If not, I won't be here.
Yeah.
I should be in London, but we are not playing. So, yeah, I mean, we don't look like qualifying again, without a proper striker. But let's see how it goes, Never can say never. We're still the
never. Certainly, Arsenal, alongside Madrid, have the record for appearances in the round of 16. But it's not happening in the 2017-18 campaign. Just before we head to the Dragao, Madrid have an advantage here. Marcelo with a cross into the deep. Here's a catch for the goalkeeper, Areola. Straight to the Liverpool game, Chidaburi.
Well, absolutely. Emmanuel, just some updates coming through. Still no goals there yet, but we can confirm that Porto have begun to ask the questions. Just a couple of minutes back, it was number 25 man Otavio who had a good chance for Porto to actually get the opener there, but it was just away, going just a few inches away from goal, which led to a Porto corner kick, and which Liverpool dealt quite well with. And from then on, it's been all Liverpool going forward, looking to also hurt Porto. But I have to say, so far, I think the more genuine of attack has come really from the home side, the Porto team. I think they've been quite brilliant with the attack. It's just been that precise final finishing that's really lacking. One man who I think they have to be looking. I mean, it has to be their low man today up front, going forward for them. Brilliant player. He scored about 16 goals for them out there in the league. And I think his one-man Liverpool defense has to, really put a keen eye on. I mean, it has to be Marega. He's been brilliant for them so far in the Portuguese league. He's scored 16 league goals for them. And he can also, replicate that in the Champions League. On big nights like this, is nights when you want your best players to really come out there and shine like stars. But really nothing to separate them in terms of goals difference, because Porto themselves have been quite decent defensively. They haven't had lots of attack on that defense. The reason why we haven't seen how solid the defense has been, the likes of Reyes and McCann pairing in that central defensive position, we haven't seen Liverpool defense really come directly at them. But so far so good. You have to say Porto have had the upper hand. It's still Porto nil, Liverpool nil out there in Portugal.
Well, FC Porto have never beaten Liverpool Football Club in 4 previous attempts. And of course, they boast more recent UEFA Champions League knockout experience as the teams renew acquaintance tonight at the Estadio do Dragão. Back to the Santiago Bernabéu. It's Neymar with a touch in the penalty area, but certainly not what they would expect George to be offside. The Brazilian who became a sensation at 17 for Santos. And quite some trophies there. A referee being involved in the action. He also wants to get a feel of the biggest tie in this round. Well, arguably, some would say, knowing Chelsea taking Barcelona on Tuesday. It's a free kick and the first booking on the night surprisingly goes to Neymar Jr. Yeah. What are the odds that he would be the first man to be booked tonight?
No surprises, Emmanuel. It just might happen. Everyone expected lots of goals in this game, but excuse me, but I'm surprised. I'm not surprised really, because it's going to be quite cagey. And that was a poor tackle from Cristiano Ronaldo on Nacho. That was needless. Neymar rather. That was.
You see the
needless.
future.
He shouldn't have done that. Nacho was going nowhere to start with. And he's the first player. If you can't score, you get a yellow card. That's what Neymar just did.
Well, the call earlier just before the yellow card was not even for offside. It was simply because Neymar handled the ball in the box. Eagle eye from the referee's assistant. The man in charge of the game is Italian, Gianluca Rocci. Quality referee. He's got quite some heavyweight fixtures underneath his belt. One of those, the Derby della Madonnina involving Milan and Internacional. A throw into Madrid on the right-hand side. 15 minutes played. Nacho will take it. This is not the first time these two sides have encountered. The last match of the 2015-16 season. And interestingly, of the 11 players on the pitch for Madrid, 9 started that encounter compared to PSG. Just 2 of those players are starting tonight. And for many, the question is how bold a decision it was for Unai Emery to relegate the captain of the side, Thiago Silva, to the bench to start certain Prancel Kipembe.
Emmanuel, I understand his reasoning. Last season, when they defeated Barca in the first leg, it was this combo, Marquinhos and Kikete in defense. But when they went for the return leg, Thiago Silva came in and he was there when they conceded 6 goals. For me, I think he was a fantastic player. But I think they need the energy, the strength of Kim. Please pronounce his name for me. Kipembe. I called the name in the office one time.
We did this, yes.
I don't want to spoil the name. But I think he's a very, very good young player. He has paid his dues at PSG. Back in Paris, they see him as a Sacco kind of replacement. Very good player. At PSG right now, they have a mix of youth and also experienced player. A player my eyes is on in this match is Giovanni Lo Celso. This is officially his first Champions League start, and he's doing well.
That's right. Tonight is Giovanni Lo Celso's first Champions League game against the most successful team. Neymar refuses to go down. Over that tackle, the cross would come from the Brazilian. Somehow the referee wouldn't give the advantage, and it's Isco on the ball. At the centre circle, he would try to find someone as Liverpool continue to struggle.
I think I understand why Zinedine had to bring Isco in. You must have seen that game between Italy and Spain earlier in the qualifiers. Isco took Verratti apart about 10-15 times in that particular encounter and nutmegged him like 4 or 5 times. And looked at it like, okay, if I have this player, we could just have easy past this guy's midfield. Because he's getting a bit of midfield and more of the attack. And that's why Isco is actually in this particular lineup. That's what I feel, though. I'm just on a lighter note from another angle where people are not seeing it from. And so far, I think PSG are marshalling the defense well. Marquinhos is actually leading the line. And Thiago Silva, why he's on the bench? You see him in big games, he doesn't live up to the billings at times. And I think PSG they're a bit compact at this point. But if they withstand the pressure on both legs, that's what we're looking out for at this point in time.
Well, the manager was caught on camera talking about the decision to relegate the captain Thiago Silva to the bench, and he said in exact words, Thiago was dropped for sporting reasons. Yeah. But again, Bucci just broke down his opinion on why, as we get a picture of the replay. Neymar Jr., well, it did seem like it clipped the hand of the Madrid defender Nacho. Yeah. Referees don't give penalties in such situations. Karim Benzema on the far left-hand side has got a player to beat. And of course, that Marquinhos still got 2 now. It's made it quite difficult for him. Ronaldo comes successfully, regains possession, finds Marcelo. It's Luka Modric in field. His goal support on the right-hand side. Nacho calls for the ball, he gets it. Toni Kroos, this time is Isco. At the edge of the area, swings one into the penalty area and couldn't connect with the head of Cristiano. It's going to be a free kick. Well, referee plays the advantage. And somehow I thought that was going to be a foul to PSG, but it's Isco on the far right. He's got a couple of black-shirted players. And now the numbers equal. As Madrid will take their time, Rafael Varane rolls it infield, right at the centre circle to find the captain, Sergio Ramos. It's Toni Kroos, back to Varane.
Well, Emmanuel, so many people thought it was just going to be PSG coming here and just turning the screw and then just beating. Probably in the first 10 minutes, they've scored like 2 goals. But that's not the case here. Real Madrid are showing that winning the Champions League back-to-back was not a fluke. They are doing this and they're doing it with so much confidence. They've dominated this game so far. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are the ones to get the first goal in this game as they come forward.
Well, as the club manager Zidane said in his press conference, Real Madrid will leave for nights like this. For once, they're not necessarily overwhelming favourites, but they do have the know-how to get past certain situations. Ronaldo is at moments truncated by the assistant, flag for offside. It's PSG with the possession. They play from right to left, a reminder. And of course, Madrid attacking from left to right. 20 minutes of action played. It's Real Madrid 0, PSG 0.
Emmanuel, I have this mentality that majority of fans want Madrid out because if they know if they beat PSG, I think they're going to they're going to have like a 60% chance of winning the Barcelona. I rate Barcelona, but Madrid and Champions League are different. Just like when you put me in Ajigule, or you put me in Villa. When you put me in Villa, I'm kind of putting me in Ajigule. I'm a lion, so that's the difference here. But I think Madrid have a quality team. They're going to do well. Ronaldo, Benzema, and Isco. I think Ronaldo is playing well so far in this game. We're beginning to see Neymar also do well. But I'm not saying the young guy, but you have to pronounce it slowly.
Kylian
Mbappe. I've not really seen him in this game, but I think he needs to come into the game. I think the front player needs to do well because the midfielders for PSG. And there's also Rabiot and Verratti. You can't really compare them to the midfield of Madrid, Casemiro, Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. So I think the front players of PSG needs to get to the game more.
Well, it's equal right in justice. We head straight to the dugout. Chidebere has got correspondence. But just before you report, a reminder, we'll put up something on Facebook.
Yeah, a trivia.
A trivia about you naming 6 players to have done the shirt of Madrid and
PSG.
Namdi's got something to give away.
Oh. Have I? Buji will give me the jersey.
There's the ball about the bar.
After I won the Champions League.
All right. By the way, just go engaging, and we would appreciate the guys who are already contributing.
Yeah, we have a whole lot of messages. And once again, the trivia is up. Just name 6 players who played for PSG and Real Madrid. You could send your answers via the comment section.
Yeah,
and we'll do well to read them. For Kolawole, is that Alaska? I can see there. Oh, Alaka. Sorry, Alaka. Alaka. Yeah, I got the pronunciation. It says, Hala Madrid.
Hala.
And for Peter, I can't pronounce the surname, so pardon me. It says, wow, you love this commentary, guys. Keep it up. And Olua Femi, he comes in to say, Laba Laba. That's what he says. He still says Madrid to win. Razak Yusuf, Real Madrid will surprise all the pundits tonight. It's going to be 2-0 in favor of Madrid. And Adeyemi, he says up citizens. That was yesterday. But he says well done, guys. So many messages to read, and we are excited. Of course, I'll do well to read all your messages on Facebook. Once again, it is Nigeria Info 99.3. We are streaming live on Facebook.
As we head to the Dragao, it's still goalless, Jedabir?
Well, still goalless out at the Estadio do Dragao. Both teams, like I said earlier, it's been a case of end-to-end stuff really coming from Liverpool and Porto, the home side. And just a couple of minutes back, before the last 2 minutes, it's been all Liverpool attacking. And just to put it things in good context, we saw Liverpool really give some genuine form of attack. Grant Robertson sent it across from the left-hand side. It was Femi who was looking to really connect to the ball. But good job done there by Reyes, who made sure he cleared that one off. And just a form of retaliation, Porto themselves went forward to also ask questions for themselves. But it's really been a game of both teams not taking the few half chances they've had. No clear-cut chances yet. With just Liverpool get their first corner of the game, it just shows you how not really effective they've been going forward. We know what the trident of Mohamed Salah, Firmino, and of course Sadio Mane can offer when they go forward and when they are their best. But it hasn't been the day for them because they've been playing quite wide. We haven't seen those intricate passes amongst them because the Porto defense have been doing their job. But so far so good. Porto are holding their own. They look quite bold anytime they go forward. And genuinely speaking, I think they've looked, the bigger side. Anytime they've gone forward, they looked to be the side who would perhaps give us the first spill of blood here, if you may, out there at the Estadio de Dragao. It's still Porto 0, Liverpool 0. Nothing to separate both sides.
Well, Emmanuel, just this a couple of messages from Facebook, and this is from Ambrocini Di Colocini. He says, no, it's his name. He says, Hala Madrid. His name is Collins from Rome. He's not joking.
Which
Ambrocini Di Colocini.
Yeah, he actually
he looks
Italian.
Yeah, he looks
actually.
Italian.
You look.
Look at Didier now.
I know Rome. I know Rome. We have California back where I'm coming from, and Rome. California and Rome. So it should be specific which place in Rome, because I know my place in Rome.
Drink responsibly.
It's not about drink. Honestly, I know Rome. I'm not joking. I know Rome.
Okay, let
So it should be specific where in Rome.
Emmanuel, Liverpool are beginning to get into the goal has come. What a goal. They've been asking the questions, Emmanuel. Great goal for Liverpool, you have to say. Power of a shot there. Just 20 meters away from the 18-yard area, of 20 meters away from goal, basically. Liverpool have taken the lead. It's been end-to-end, like I said earlier. Both teams slugging it out at each other. Finally, it's come. It didn't come cut to some intricate passes. It came from a ball that was looking to be cleared away by the Porto defense. It was indeed the Liverpool man, Wijnaldum, who was looking to break into that defense. But the ball just ricocheted off the Porto defense. It was a flick shot coming from Wijnaldum. And that man, the Senegalese, Sadio Mane, slotted in, beating the goalkeeper at his net post. It's not Liverpool 1, Porto 0, and is indeed Sadio Mane the goal scorer.
It could be the same situation for the home side at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Cristiano Ronaldo, who's top scorer in the competition. And of course, a man who the Madridistas enjoy to see stand over this free kick. It's approximately 18 meters off goal. He's on it, so is Toni Kroos. Look at Modric a bit sideways, so he's not going to be part of it. As I mentioned his name, he decided to walk away. To give a better description, it's Kroos or Ronaldo. 18 meters off, a free kick to Real Madrid. This could be the opener.
It could be a low drive, man.
Well, it could be whatever. It's Ronaldo! And it's just 2 inches high.
You spoil it.
Well, nothing exciting. The picture for Zidane. He knows that was a moment for him. As you predicted, a low drive, just like we saw last night.
Never came through.
But this is Ronaldo technique.
Yeah, to look at the wall, no one jumped. I think they expected a low drive as well, and Ronaldo needed it to drop as quickly as possible.
He went for a dinker, just too high.
He took it too high, and that was the case. Ronaldo hasn't really been the Cristiano Ronaldo of free kicks in the past, so I wasn't really expecting much. I was expecting probably a Toni Kroos taking the free kicks on, who could lift it up and take it down as quickly as possible. Well, when someone comes of age and is no more as effective as he used to, then someone else should be taking the free kicks.
Toni Kroos taking free kick Ronaldo is when you eat rice without dodo. Dodo must be there when you eat rice. So
but Dodo is not sweet.
Dodo is very sweet.
If you give them
Dodo must be sweet. Or ripe Dodo is legit.
Why am I having a food conversation with
in every way? I'm just giving you a good example about the game. Like I think and PSG are actually coming very close.
But they are coming close. It's Neymar who goes past two. He gets strike and somehow he miscues. Well, and it falls not kindly to Kylian Mbappe. There's a man who's pretty much quite intelligent, but in that instance he was right at the edge of the area. Took about two players as Marcelo with a blinding pass. It could be Ronaldo! And it's a save from Alfonso Areola.
I think it's injured.
Well, it's a combination of a save and a miss. And the aftermath is the goalkeeper down on the turf. Alfonso Areola, but you've got to give credit to a man who seemed to have lost his arm at a point. Marcelo, what a visionary pass. Quite diagonal to lay free Cristiano Ronaldo, who did what strikers naturally would do. Get a touch of the ball first, but just couldn't get the ball beyond the goalkeeper, Alfonso Areola. Well, some scary moments there.
He did everything right, Emmanuel. Every single thing right. He did. You know, it wasn't like a shoot and hope thing for Ronaldo. He intentionally wanted to take it over the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper didn't go down as quickly as possible. He ensured he stayed up for a longer period, and when he did, he saved that ball. And Neymar once again doing a little bit too much.
I think he was childish with that ball. Just drop the ball for Cavani and let him score a better goal.
You know, just take the shot, or just take the shot already. So you could see chances at both ends of stuff. It seems this side are expecting this one to pile the pressure while there's space on behind on the other side, and that's what they did. PSG went attacking. Neymar missed the chance. Ronaldo on the other side almost made it 1-0 to Real Madrid. And
it's absolutely counted. Liverpool are having a balls here, Emmanuel. It's now Liverpool 2, Porto nil, or more like Porto nil, Liverpool 2. Mohamed Salah, he was rushed right in front of that ball. The ball fell kindly to him after the Liverpool player had taken a proper goal. But good goal from Liverpool. They are really buzzing here, you have to say. And I have to look back at the way that ball came. Liverpool were always looking to add to that tally since Sadio Mane had scored the first goal here. And it's been a game of the Liverpool midfield really dominating. The ball coming from the midfield area, James Milner winning that one. And the ball going straight into the 18-yard area. He sent it. Quite a good one, though. Quite a good one. Did some dribbles. Tried to shoot the ball. Hit the woodwork. Fell kindly to Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian. And typical Salah style. Had to control that ball, beat the goalkeeper, talking about the Porto goalkeeper, and then converted. It's now Liverpool 2. They are buzzing things. Porto nil, Liverpool 2 out there at the Estadio do Dragão.
I will see like a remix or a refix of what happened yesterday at the game between Man City and Barcelona, and Liverpool are doing it. The English clubs are making England proud.
Well, I mentioned earlier how Porto have quite an embarrassing record against Liverpool. They've never beaten the right in 4 previous attempts. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight. If Liverpool stay as much as they're doing, they've got an opportunity to make it 3. And the star fixture, Madrid against Paris, still goalless after half an hour, 30 minutes of action. PSG with the possession. Verratti finds the captain on the night. To Marquinhos. Rolls it to the outside of right. Dani Alves, part of the action. He's been pretty quiet in this game. Haven't seen much of his exaggerated pace. But this is Neymar, a poster boy for PSG. A man who is as famous as the Eiffel Tower. And a free kick will go against PSG. A foul on that gentleman called Casemiro.
And for Neymar, for Dani Alves, for the records, is one of the highest featured players against Real Madrid. 43 games, 22 wins. That's across Sevilla, Barcelona, and also Juventus. Not forgetting PSG. 4 clubs he's played for. He's had 22 wins, 7 draws, and about 14 losses against Real Madrid.
Quite.
Man is hugely experienced in games like that.
That's right. Quite a storied career he's had, Dani Alves. Unfortunately, his last encounter against Madrid left him in tears. It was the Champions League final. There was a player of Juventus back then. But this is a night where the possibilities lay in store for PSG. But it's Tony, Luka Modric, I beg your pardon, with the potential cross deflect off Rabiot, and it's gone for a corner kick. Yet to see a reading for the two sides. And it's been quite cagey. Not what we expected. Rarely have seen glorious moments. But the corner will be taken by Toni Kroos. On the right-hand side is right-footed. It's going to be an out-winger. Sends it straight to the deep end, and somehow the header connects with Cristiano. Well, it's Sergio Ramos, actually. One of the 9 players to feature against PSG. The last time these two sides met in the 2015-16 group stage. Well, they ended goalless in Paris, and then somehow, well, that's getting how delirious the fans of Liverpool are. We can confirm the 3rd yellow card just before we head back to the Dragao. The first 4 is for Real Madrid, but the 3rd of these encounter was in cards to 2 players.
Isco.
Neymar, and of course, not leaving out Lo Celso, and this time it's Isco.
Isco just got himself carded for that. That was totally wrong. I think Lo Celso have already passed the ball already. It was being so.
First at the Stadio Bernabeu tonight, but this one, a tap-in, one of the easiest goals Real Madrid will concede in the history of this competition, has come against the odds. It's Adrien Rabiot who's given PSG the lead, to the delight, a partial smile on the face of Unai Emery, and a few travelling fans from Paris to Madrid, 2 cities competing for beauty. But on replay again, it all began from Kylian Mbappe on the right-hand side. Send the cross, destined for Cavani. Left it over, Neymar flipped it backwards. And no, the replay even met the goal switch than he was in real time. It's Real Madrid 0, PSG 1.
Well, for PSG, they have got the very, very important away goal against Real Madrid. And, I mean, there's no better start than this. Unai Emery, ecstatic from the bench. He's seen this. Regardless of how it ends, probably 2-1, then you'd say PSG have done the business. But it's still not over. Adrien Rabiot, not so many people thought he was going to be the one to get the goal. It went past. It was a cross from Mbappe, went past Cavani, went to Neymar, and the defense of Real Madrid caught it out. Adrien Rabiot was on hand to hand it in. It's really fantastic, and now this is now where we have a game on our hands. We'll get to see what Real Madrid can bring into this game because it's going to be exciting from here in.
Oh, just to mention, this was the first goal in the last 6 encounters against French opposition that Madrid will be conceding. There's quite a scene on the pitch there. Tackle on Kylian Mbappe, the youngster who was born in 1998. Just alongside when France were host of the FIFA World Cup, December 20, 1998, in Paris.
I don't see much in that.
It looked like a clash of knees between Mbappe and Toni Kroos. But again, that goal on replay, Rabiot just at the right place. And if he had missed it...
I just imagine Cavani being in that position. Would he have scored?
He would have.
Yeah, he scores goals like this, but he misses them a lot at the same time. He did a lovely dummy that brought about this. If he had forced himself to play that ball, we might not have seen this goal.
Probably would have miscued it. It's just something about getting the goals. You've got to commit errors. And Ronaldo showing legendary stuff, even in pain. The Madeira Island-born player will applaud. Does he then applaud? I don't know if this is to motivate. It's just
motivation.
Don't concede more for the goal.
Emmanuel, I think if there's any team that needs motivation or any form of it tonight, it has to be Porto. You can't be going down by 2-0 in your own home ground.
Well, a free kick taken by PSG, and this time it's headed out easily. It's going to be a throw close to the assistant referee who's edging the corner flag. It's taken. It's a short one, Dani Alves. Like as you mentioned, he's faced Real Madrid a remarkable 43 times.
43 times.
22 victories, 7 draws. And you do the maths for the defeat.
14.
All 14.
Quick maths.
That's very important. Reason for colour commentators, just to cushion the laughs of the commentator. All the way back to Alfonso Areola. Perfect time to head to the dugout, Chidiberry.
Well, Liverpool still looking to add to that tally as it looks. Just some stats are coming through about this man who's got the second goal. And the second goal, and looking to maybe help Liverpool get off, well, not all 3 points, but put them in a better position heading into Anfield in the coming weeks. Mohamed Salah is the first Liverpool player to score 30 goals in all competitions in a single season since Luis Suarez and Suarez had scored 31 before leaving. And Opta puts it as relentless. He's one man who is buzzing and looking to score even more goals. I think for Porto, I think that the midfield has, I think they've collapsed. I think they can't hold on to this Liverpool side anytime they come on the counter. Liverpool are not holding on to too much of the possession.
Well, Chidiberry, by the way, breaking down analysis at the Rancao. Ronaldo frustrated by his miss right in the penalty area, the 6-yard box. It was an unbelievable turn, and he found himself one-on-one with the goalkeeper, Alfonso Areola. Areola, as the case may be, and somehow a man gifted with both feet just couldn't find the composure to keep the ball low. And he knows it. It's a frustrating night after 37 minutes, but he's top quality Cristiano. That I can tell you. He's the player with the most appearance in the round of 16 combined time as player of Manchester United and also Real Madrid. He's making his 27th appearance in the round of 16, Cristiano Ronaldo. No player comes close, but Iker Casillas. And this is Neymar, second for a second, it's Cavani! And somehow it deflects! Oh. What a miss! What a moment it could have been for PSG's all-time scorer. Birthday boy, no perfect gift and scoring against Madrid at the Estadio Bernabeu, but what a save that was, not from the goalkeeper, but off a Madrid leg. Heavy deflection.
Really
great turn from the Uruguayan.
less than an inch away.
Took Casemiro apart.
Wow.
But again, Casemiro is too tall and the corner's been taken. To no avail. Goal scorer Rabiot, his first in 7 games. Commits a foul just at the edge of the area. And it's going to be a free kick to the defending champions Real Madrid. And the man who's been the topic of conversation, Gareth Bale, pictured hiding in the dugout, but there's no way the cameras can find you.
Even in a hole.
They will pick you. They got one of the late presidents that way, so everything is possible. There's something about cameras. I don't know who invented them. Very pock-nosing stuff,
Well,
like the ones we have in the studio.
You just have to feel that maybe Porto are missing one man who's been brilliant for them so far this season in the Champions League. It has to be Abubakar. He had a muscle strain heading into this one, so he was a huge doubt.
That's a surname again.
No doubt. But
Vincent Abubakar.
Vincent Abubakar, and he wasn't Mohammed.
The
Yes.
Cameroonian.
Yeah.
But you look at the number 11 share player talking about Moussa Marega. He scored 16 goals in the league, but not in the Champions League.
You spoke highly of him.
Yeah, I mean he's one man. I think what they need is that he needs. I think Porto needs that quality forward. Well, they've got quality, but that presence forward, Brahimi is not really. He's not really come up to that level. We know him that he can come up to. And even when you look at the midfield, you find the likes of Otavio. They threatened a couple of minutes in the first few minutes heading into this fixture, but I think they've just died things down.
Well, it's Toni Kroos out there at the Bernabeu rolling things in field, but it's still Luka Modric this time. The goalkeeper comes to equalise. They might find a way through, but somehow great composure there. And it's gone for a corner kick to Real Madrid. Well, on replay again, it was Luka Modric who sent one in, and somehow, well, it does seem like it took a final touch off a PSG player. Gonna get confirmation. Yes, it is a corner to be taken by. For the first time, it's Luka Modric who will take a corner. Toni Kroos has left the ball. Just a bit of differential corner. Toni Kroos will take it. Luka Modric, I beg your pardon, on the right side. It's going to be an outswinger for Luka. He does swing one in.
Ronaldo.
And it's headed out all the way to the far left-hand side. Isco, great turn from the young man. Rolls it infield. It's not a perfect turn, and it's caught out short. Great composure there. Well, from Marco Verratti. And this time it's Neymar who frees Kylian Mbappe on the far left-hand side. Far right-hand side. He's got Cavani running through into the penalty area. It's Mbappe, and somehow it's going to take you aeons to go past... a player who's got also pace and intelligence, Isco. just keeping out the young player Kylian Mbappe, who came into prominence at an early age.
Very early age.
Starring for the youth academies at AS Brøndby and one in Clairefontaine. And now he's a top bloke, plays for PSG, one of the top teams when it comes to funds and, of course, qualities. Una Emery just disappointed with that attempt, but in his heart, it truly feels like Valentine.
Valentine, Rabia just gave him that. We didn't talk much about the goal scorer. He wasn't really a regular. There was a time when he was linked, leaving PSG. He wasn't really playing that much. But Una Emery came in and gave him the confidence in it. He played most games last season. Where you have the experience of Thiago Motta. He was the one making Thiago Motta not playing much game. Him, Verratti, they formed a very, very good combo. Very good player. Young can use his left also. He can use his right like he did for that goal. Talented squad they have there. Mbappe, I'm not really seeing him much in the game. Sorry.
I don't know why you do that. and I know it's not intentional, but go ahead.
We're not listening much in the game, but we'll see what quality player does. That pull out he made led to the goal. Very good PSG squad. I think it just brought out the spirit in Madrid squad. They've definitely been the better team after they scored the goal. For me, I think like we say back then, go this Smith for PSG post. I see Madrid getting the goal and maybe winning this game.
Well, they do have 4 minutes to do that. Make that 3 minutes, 42 minutes played. Tisco, who rolls one infield to find Toni Kroos. That's a decent pass on to Varane, who can strike from 28. I'll make that even 35. I thought it was a very silly decision. And I'm being polite with my words there, Rafael Varane. There was absolutely no need for that. There's not one with the great power behind his boots.
He might have improved overnight.
Well, probably something we didn't know about, yes. We don't have a privilege to see them training.
What if he went in?
Then I would celebrate him, but in that instance, I don't think it was a wise decision in all fairness. And Cavani, not the goal scorer, but
that's
such a joy.
At least if he doesn't score, he has put the ball in the back of the net.
And highly passionate footballer. 43 minutes played out there at the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. It's Real Madrid 0, PSG 1. Adrien Rabiot gets in the goal for the visiting side. But here comes Madrid. It's Marcelo on the left-hand side. He's got Isco, but finds Benzema!
Wow.
What a save from Alfonso Areola! Karim Benzema, the most maligned Real Madrid player in history. Well, they could have brought them back, and they'll take the corner quickly. It's Marcelo now, finds support again. It could be a penalty. It is a penalty. The referee, Gianluca Rocci, has given a penalty to Real Madrid.
Is that debatable?
Well, the replays will amplify our opinions, but certainly what I can confirm, he's not going to be taking prisoners, Gianluca Rocci. We saw 2 penalties at the Allianz Stadium in Turin. And we've seen the first tonight, Toni Kroos. Well, Giovanni Lo Celso, he's got to be cautious. He's on a yellow card. And the referee, well, if you give penalties, sometimes you accompany with yellow cards, but... A man who scores goals for fun, Cristiano. A man who became the first player to score in all 6 group games, registering 9 goals overall. He could make it goal number 10. And an equalizer, much needed for the Merengues. It's Ronaldo up against Areola. A white shirt against an orange shirt. A poacher against a goalkeeper. With a deep breath, Cristiano Ronaldo! And he scores the equalizer for Madrid. PSG 1.
Emmanuel, like I said, go this way for PSG post. And Ronaldo just did that. Fantastic strike for him. I think he has been in the game. About thumbs up to the PSG. I think they have tried so much. But Madrid, the quality shown. I think Isco with that, he put the ball in the pole in the 18. And let's say so, I think he was unlucky. I've seen opportunities like that not giving and some giving. I think if that wasn't given, it's not been understandable. But I think the game have lined up right now. Good game, 1-1, total entertainment.
Well, we wonder if it's half-time out there, the Dragao. Game is still in progress, Chidaberry.
Well, just in a couple of seconds, we'll be saying the referee rattled the air with that half-time whistle. But I have to tell you, it's been quite a very well tactical setup here by Jurgen Klopp's men. They've been really making use of the width, though, running the flanks. Of course, they've got pacey players in Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, who've proven the dividends for Liverpool so far today, because they've gotten the only 2 goals we've seen so far tonight. And finally, the referee would give Porto some respite, because they've been on the back foot so far in this game. It's halftime out there at the Estadio de Dragao. It's Porto 0, Liverpool 2.
Well, it's 2 additional minutes at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 1, PSG 1. Rabiot, the goal scorer, has got support in Cavani on the left-hand side. Neymar is running through diagonally, and Thelma finds the goal scorer. Back to the left-hand side now, and the cross would come through. It's low, and it should be dealt with easily by Varane. Such composure. Luka Modric now for Madrid. Finds Karim Benzema. The referee plays seemed like the advantage, because I thought there was a tackle earlier on. And it's still PSG. They will get a corner. I bet it's the last action. And what a moment if PSG find a way to make this corner materialize into a second.
Or perhaps Neymar scores a direct corner kick.
There's nothing impossible for such a talented kid.
And as for Neymar, I think he's not doing enough. I think he has to do more. Mbappe has played his parts, and the midfield is also a bit shaky in this particular.
Well, the corner taken, headed backwards, and somehow it's dealt with. Hoping for the Madrid fans that it's called off in the action. The referee looks at his wristwatch, and finally he calls it to a halt. The end of the first 45 of what has been truly breathtaking. It didn't start like a house on fire, but gradually built into a charismatic outing. The away side with the first goal in the 33rd minute, Adrien Rabiot. And that spectacular penalty converted. Justifiably, you would say, the referee awarding a decent... have stuck with us on social media. Page Nigeria space info space 99.3. That's Facebook to be exact. Tilbury. I want to squeeze in some of the responses we do have.
Oh, plenty of them. Responses coming in yet torrent, but just to go through a few. Real Madrid 3, PSG 2. One man is predicting Malay Kowi, Valiant. Hope I got the name correct. He is predicting a Real Madrid victory tonight. Ozoma Chijoke says Lassana Diarra, Gabriel Hands. Okay, just responding to the question we put out there. Hopefully you are correct. Joe Oputa says Real Madrid 2, PSG 2. And more messages coming through. Hazel, responses. What's up from US? Mitch Milton is watching live from the United States. Who is the guy in the middle with the Barca shirt? Or Zubi Kionecha is your man. Nice one, guys. Keep going. Thank you. Nofisat Abidemi sending in that one. This one coming from Dor Love. I read your message because today is Valentine. LPSG Vagana Paul. Oh, you're speaking Italian or something close. PSG 3 over 3.5 over Real Madrid. Okay, PSG 3, Real Madrid 1. Oladimeji Ologun sending in that one on our Facebook live page. Good evening, guys, in the studio. I'm enjoying you guys here, and I feel like I'm watching the match live. Nice job, guys. Keep up, laba laba, respect. Okay, that one coming from It's OJ Agbo Brown. Ade says one game. Hello to the guys in the studio. Finally, I can see Mano, my second favorite among the gang after Femi. Good game in our hands. Madrid to come back in this game of Chelsea. Wanchuku Christian also saying PSG 2, Madrid 1. Keep those messages coming through. Codwin AB Aya says 6 players. Okay, responding to that message you put out there. Okay, more message. Liverpool carry on, says Ismail Yusuf.
Well, the trivia on Facebook is, can you name the 6 players who played for Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid? We'll go on a break as the players also need to oil their glands. So does the guys in the studio. A reminder, we will hook up with our correspondents, Jude and Bolarua. They're currently at the IMAX cinemas right here. Well, lucky we are in Victoria Island, but of course still on the island. They having quite a ball with Heineken. And this has been a breathtaking first half. From the Dragao, it's Liverpool who lead 2-0 against Porto. And from the Bernabeu, it's Madrid 1, PSG 1. Hello, Bola. Hello, Bola. Just stay on the line. Will they play adverts? Okay, no worry. I'll call you back in like 5 minutes. All right. Will they play advert now? Okay. right, welcome back to the broadcast, and we are keeping tabs on what's going down in the UEFA Champions League. Simultaneous fixtures, one at the Estadio do Dragao and the other tie going down at the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. Half-time score lines, it's FC Porto 0, Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1. We're heading straight to the IMAX cinemas, Lekki Phase 1, and our correspondent Bola and Jude Utigbu standing by. Hello, Bola. Big pleasure. Go ahead, man. Yes, hello, Jude. Yes, how far? I'm all right. This questions can only be pumped by liquor. Can you remember you're still a correspondent? Wait, they ask one question. You know,
In the one corner.
I like you. All right, man. All right. Okay, is that all? All right, I appreciate you. We'll hook up with you guys during the course of the broadcast. All right, yes, appreciate the team. Surely are having fun, Namdi. IMAX Cinemas doing it with our friends at Heineken and just having Bola and Judo Chigbu, who was counting his words. It's a sign of something tangible about to happen to Madrid. I'll fret not to head to the phone lines also to entertain as much calls as possible. A reminder, we're still live on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
Live with Fast G, Nigeria Info 993. But the page itself, it's
Nigeria Info 99.3.
is live now. So they're saying you can get a picture, a view of everyone in the studio from the Barcelona wearing a zoo. To Namdi Akugba with a Manchester United jersey and the biggest of heads in the studio.
It's the camera that's making my head.
Just wanted to be sure.
You obstructed the whole Kelechi.
No. You have to understand. There are two heads bigger than me in here.
Don't mention my name.
Which is head number 2.
Your head is bigger than your body, Johnny Bravo.
Look at who is talking.
No, you can imagine if the camera is this close and my head is this big. Imagine Chidibury's head.
Well, quite interesting stuff. The second 45 underway. We'll get confirmation if we've seen substitutions at half-time. Chidibury's eye on that fixture at the Dragao, and of course the entire team focused on what's going down at the Santiago Bernabeu. It could be Neymar's moments on the left-hand side. The Brazilian turns, rolls it down. It's Mbappe! And somehow the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, saves Madrid.
Nice.
Just saved by the bell within that second. It could have been surprising to see them go down, but as they defend, so they can attack. Some brilliant defensive play there from the standing captain, Marquinhos.
Yeah. I also think Mbappe held on to the ball. Not Mbappe, rather. Neymar held on to the ball for too long. The pass came in very quick. Cavani had run into space, and I expected him to just lay the ball for Cavani. He chose Mbappe instead. Mbappe took a strike, but he was not in an angle where you expect him to, beat the goalkeeper. He did his best, but Cavani should have been Neymar's best bet to get the ball through to, but he chose Mbappe instead. And that's the problem Neymar had in the first half. Still the same problem he started with in the second, when his decision making has let him down a couple of times. He gets onto the ball, he holds onto it, and decides to pass when he feels like. But that was the wrong person to pass to. I think Cavani would have been a better option. But PSG have shown that without so much possession, when they go forward, they can still hurt you.
And just quickly on the sidelines, we're seeing two PSG players just making their own warm-ups. I just have that feeling that Lo Celso will not end this game, and that's because Lassana is just on the sidelines. Lassana, he never wants to sit on the bench. I know he did one of the quickest deals between two big clubs while he was in the Premier League after he left Portsmouth. If you put him on the bench, he wants to leave. He wants to play football. Even at his 30s, he's doing wonderfully well, and that's what we might be seeing. Somebody who's just come in and make that midfield look a bit compact with one or two top veterans on the pitch.
But am I talking about Neymar? We'll complain about him not being in the game in the first half, but I think he's taking responsibility in the second half. I think he did the right thing there, looking for space, and Mbappe was in a great space of space, and he didn't do the job he was supposed to do. I won't blame Neymar. I'll blame the young guy there. I think he was supposed to he made the goalkeeper work. He was supposed to hit the post. Neymar did the best he can. But if he
We'll be heading to the phone lines in just a bit, but it's way to Madrid come attacking on the left-hand side. Marcelo with the ball decides to go with the first one. The referee would ignore his plea for a free kick. Well, actually, I think he somehow calls it back. Was It's just going to be a throw. Dani Alves with a sarcastic smile as Marcelo tries to lob the ball beyond. A PSG left back. Defensive errors can cost this PSG side. Isco with the ball, and somehow the assistant on the far right flags the Spaniard for offside. And the cameras are pan on Zidane, who said in his press conference that Real Madrid leave for nights like this. For once, they are not necessarily overwhelming favourites, but they do have to know how. And a man who indeed possess most of those attributes. Gareth Bale also warming up, and you probably fancy Isco as the guinea pig. Maybe it's going to be entirely something different because you don't take your eyes off, and you miss. It seems the third have come for Liverpool.
Oh my days, man! It's finally come, the third goal, and we're just about 7 minutes into the second half. Liverpool have extended their lead. It's now Liverpool 3. Porto 0. I keep getting it wrong. It's Porto 0, Liverpool 3.
It feels like a home game.
Yeah, it feels like a home game because they're having a ball. Sadio Mane with his second on the night, and it's been down to the blistering counter-attack from Liverpool. They were doing a few defending a couple of minutes back. Switched it off to a counter-attack situation. Sadio Mane finding Femi, who was crunched in between two Porto defenders. They couldn't do the job. Well, hit the ball one time, ricochet shade off the goalkeeper, and that man who was on-rushing, surging more like Sadio Mane, the Senegalese, made sure he buried the ball past the goalkeeper who was already at his mercy. It's now Porto trailing by 3-0 against the away side, Liverpool, and that result is shocking, boys. Delirious. It's delirium more like for all Liverpool faithfuls.
Iman, for the record, it's now 26 goals each between PSG and Liverpool. They are the top scorers in this UEFA Champions League. Nobody has done it. PSG did 25 in the group stages, and they've added one, making it 26. These guys have scored 3 now, plus 23 they had in the group stages. Wonderful for these sides. I see Liverpool going a long way in the UEFA Champions League. Yes, you might say they might not win it, but can you rule them out? We saw them do it with a less fancy team in 2005. They might do the same in 2018.
Well, I might also to add, just when the second half began, we saw a change for the home side, Porto. They brought on Jesus Corona. He's not the real Jesus because he ain't saving them now.
Well, I could have mentioned that Chidaburi is having quite a ball, certainly. Just enjoying a fixture that has 3 goals. Well, it's not entirely bad in our centre. We do have 2 games, but it's quite cagey. For many, they expected the goals to flow. Just like, certain waterfalls. We'll be heading to the phone lines in just a bit. Apologise to those who've been calling breathlessly, but here they come. PSG, Dani Alves swings one in from the right-hand side. He understands what it means to play against this opposition.
Yeah.
And he's had certain smiles and tears, a mixture of both.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more of Dani Alves in this game now. He's running forward more, trying to deliver those crosses. Probably Unai Emery has told them what to do. Say we could hurt them with our crosses. Edison Cavani is good in the air. These are things he must have, the conversations he must have had with his team, halftime team talks, and the rest of them. But it's still, delicately poised, if I'm to use Bola's terms. That's what the game is. At this point, you can't even sit down and say Real Madrid would beat PSG or PSG will beat Real Madrid. It's just evenly matched, and both teams they will need to do something extra to beat themselves. But it's quite entertaining. You could talk about 3 goals right there at the Dragao, but 2 goals have been scored at the Santiago.
Varane quite composed at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Benzema with a better turn. He's got Toni Kroos to support. Well, he does well. Karim Benzema. Ronaldo running free, but he finds Toni Kroos on the left-hand side. The German is approaching the edge of the area, finds his way into the penalty area. Kroos to Ronaldo. Ronaldo can square through. He does, but it's heavily deflected off by Marquinhos, and to the, I don't know if it's frustration of Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's got to be satisfied with that attempt. Toni Kroos at a point. Look, and the camera continue to play back that defensive play from the captain, Sergio Ramos. It seems like it hit the left hand of a Spaniard, man who led the team to back-to-back Champions League, the first time in the history of the UEFA Champions League since he became the Champions League. And it's Toni Kroos with a corner. The point, it looked like it was going to be an outswinger transformed into an in-swinger. 55 minutes played. No substitutions made yet. At the Santiago Bernabeu, Ronaldo with a 45th minute penalty, and earlier the 32nd minute goal from Rabiot. The reason why this tie is 1-1 And for PSG fans, this might interest you. The fact that the team is yet to lose a first leg fixture in this particular stage. It's quite incredible to see how consistent they've been. They topped the French division. They played their home game in that Parc des Princes, 47,929 capacity. That's like half of the Santiago Bernabeu. And they do have to just face those haughty chants. And so far, I've got to mention that they've done well and they've held their own really high. So we head straight to the phone lines to squeeze a couple of calls. Hello, good evening to you. Thank you so much for calling. All right, welcome, Maxwell. Go ahead. Thank you so much, Maxwell. Super regular, celebrating everyone, and he believes the trophy will head back to England. Well, going by performance, Tottenham were quite impressive in Turin. Liverpool are leading the way at the Dragao. And we've seen two teams do well, but Chelsea play against Barcelona.
City as well.
Oh, I forget City. I think they're Spanish side. It's just they don't play like an English team. Purpose has done some job there. Hello, good evening. What's your name, please? All right, go ahead quickly. All right, thank you so much, Short and Sharp, for the semi-final. He's tipping Liverpool. 2 more calls. Hello? Good evening to you. Hi, Emmanuel. Welcome. Thank you so much. And thanks for staying awake. School day tomorrow. Hello, good evening. Welcome. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. All right, go ahead, Uchenna. All right, Real to win, he says. Appreciate the calls coming through. We'll also entertain tweets and Facebook messages. And Amde's keeping his eye on our Facebook page, where we do have loads and loads of contributions. And again, we're reminding you to name the 6 players who played for Real Madrid and PSG. It's our trivia on Facebook.
Yes, it is our trivia on Facebook. So just all you need to do is send your message on the comment section as you watch us live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. We have messages. Olua Femi comes in with this one. He says, a good one from Liverpool. Never work alone, up united. Stranger to see a Liverpool fan. Well, English to the core, I guess. George Uti says, I'm a first-time texter.
Welcome.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Welcome. David Onyeka Moka says, good evening, guys. Please, what cloth is Labalaba Master putting on?
Arsenal. They Arsenal.
The Gradu Labalaba.
I'm kissing my badge, I guess.
Which shirt?
He's putting on an Arsenal jersey, the black one, so that he will disguise, so that people will not know it's Arsenal that he's supporting on the day.
And I was supposed to tell you what happened today when I went out. When I went, one of the best outings in my life ever today. Something happened when I was coming back, and it was fantastic. Something happened, but I can't say it.
All right, good thing you won't say it. I'm not going to respond.
Are you
to
hiding secrets from the listener?
No.
Should I tell the listener secret?
Are you not a public
Wait,
figure?
should I tell the listener secret?
No, yeah, that's what
should
makes
hide
you a
it.
public
I'll tell
figure.
them my secret.
That's what makes you a
I'm not
public
like you, I don't
figure.
have secret.
That's what makes you a public figure.
So come on, I'll tell them my secret.
Don't attack Buchi, you cannot see him.
You can't see
He
Joe.
has
Are you
sponsors.
having a defeatist mindset?
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was
Okay, will you people let me do this?
It's not.
Yeah, you go on.
Thank you very much. All right, Shino Fashion, he's sending this one. He says, all this talk about Neymar stagnating behind Messi and Barca is trash. He's yet to shine. He put an exclamation mark to that. Pascal, he says, I support PSG. Thanks for that message. Ade coded. He says one game, and they say football
Football
violence, almost a goal somewhere. All right, and he now says PSG 2, Real 1. So many message. Ola comes in. He says, nice game tonight. I'm enjoying myself. Thanks to you guys. Thank you for also listening and watching as well. And George comes in again. He says, Femi, I'm watching you guys on Facebook. Nice job, guys. Keep it up. And of course, Pekka Donatus says, hello, Femi and the gang. Happy Val to you all. You're doing a great job. Keep the flag flying. As I read, they keep coming. Haji Faila Odunaya, he says, well done, guys. I really love you guys. Well done, guys. Tomiwa Migos Oseni says, Madrid 2, PSG 3. Daniel Nzubechuku, nice one for Liverpool. You never walk alone. And KC comes in and says, nice one, guys.
All right, I appreciate you. Well, just when the camera zoomed in on your face, you stopped reading.
Oh, zoomed in on my face?
Well, it did actually. So, for those who couldn't really spherically organize the shape of your head.
You have Ogo.
I see it.
Yes. Don't mean Ogo.
Okay,
obstructing my popularity.
Yeah, let's head to the
asking who is wearing Barca. They are saying the dress, they cannot see me. And I'm the switch position.
Look at
Let's head to the drag-out. A substitution made, Chidebere?
Well, absolutely. We've seen another change made for the home side. Porto, we know they are currently down by 3-0. This time is Yassin Brahimi, who has been taking off as a quite point. The second half, I have to say, started the first half, and the elements of that one on fire. But he's quite dissed out, or if you want to create a new word for it. We've seen Abdul Majid Waris come on for Yassin Brahimi, the Algerian, still Porto chasing this game. They are down by 3-0. Sadio Mane with the double, and they can make it for good crossing in coming from Trent Alexander-Arnold from the right-hand side. But that man, Firmino, the Brazilian, couldn't just connect to it. It was a straying right foot to the ball, but just that connection couldn't quite really come into play. Good play for Liverpool so far. It's just about 63 minutes of football played out there at the Dragao, and you could see the excitement coming from Klopp. He's applauding his players. He knows they're just right at the verge of doing the job, because they are leading by 3-0 against their hosts.
That's the situation. Another yellow card to PSG. The goal scorer Adrian Rabiot goes into the books of the referee. Not the kind who wishes to. Well, he went into the books earlier when the referee dot down the time of his goal, but it looked like Luka Modric
he made the most of it.
Confused the referee. Way and manner he went down. It's a free kick in the Ronaldo-like position.
This is more like it.
Scored his 10th earlier in the first half. This could be number 11.
Hey, man, how did this go unnoticed? 100 goals for Cristiano Ronaldo in the UEFA Champions League. He just did that without penalty. Reminds me of what Pele did when he scored his 1,000th goal from the penalty spot.
Yeah, we celebrate Cristiano. This could even be more flamboyant. A special night, 65 minutes, free kick in over 25 yards. Cristiano Ronaldo up against 4 men. And the goalkeeper, Ronaldo, deflects off. And it's gone for a corner kick, disappointingly. Probably it's time for him to relegate those free kicks.
Emmanuel, I said this thing earlier when he threw that first one away. I said it's time for Ronaldo, and Buchi came with the analogy of plantain and rice. I don't know how that...
No, dodo is not plantain.
What is the difference?
It's fried, it's dodo.
But you can, if this studio were if this studio were food, was food, would probably swallow everything.
It's the process. Dodo is when plantain is matured. So
what's he saying?
You said it's when it's fried is dodo. Now it's
when it's fried is when it's matured.
Okay.
So that's why you can't eat it. Dodo is not plantain.
No, you don't understand.
Chips is not right.
You don't know anything about
it. Let's mention the fact we'll see the first substitution, and it's going to be PSG who will take off the birthday boy, Edison Cavani, for Muner.
He hasn't been in the game, I
don't think he would enjoy it because I mentioned Cavani because the number, it's Edison Cavani. I saw Jesse number 9. He can't even believe it. He's going to have a word with the coach, Unai Emery. If you were doing it to Thiago Silva, don't bring it to my corner, he would say. I'm just saying, but he's shocked. He didn't walk past the
I still don't understand it.
assistant referee.
His mentality is that maybe he plays in one of them, Neymar and Mbappe up front. But I don't actually understand.
Arrowhead.
Cavani have really been one of PSG's best players in this squad in this match. Though you have not really been playing much of touches, but you see him bullying the defenders when it comes to like area balls. So I really don't understand. I expected Celso to go off in this match. He
because
was
of his card. He's still on the card. did.
He caused the penalty also.
Yes,
and
he
he's
did.
very, very young. He's just 21. His first official start for PSG
In the Champions
League.
I agree.
think the pressure might be coming up on him. I think the pressure should be coming off, not Cavani.
I think they've switched
Position.
Yes.
Formation.
Formation.
With
Oh,
this,
okay.
with this, with this change, we've seen Munir. He will move now to the right back with what I see. Dani Alves has to move up front. So it will look like a 4-4-2 formation. It was what I was proposing for. You now see maybe a Neymar and Mbappe playing just in the final third of the attack, most likely. And that's what we might be seeing. I thought that Di Maria was going to come on alongside Lassana Diarra because we needed that other flank to also function. And somebody potent in the front of goal makes the goal. But Cavani has been taken off. So we don't really know how they're going to work it out until we see the movements of the ball.
Neymar with the movements this time. The referee ignores the plea for a free kick. Finds Verratti. Rolls it down to the substitute Munir, who's in and swings it out. One! Just couldn't connect with Neymar. And it's been kept in play by Kylian Mbappe. Oh, that was quite terrifying from a Madrid perspective. But this time Rabiot out Mozu there by Toni Kroos. It's still PSG with the advantage now on the left-hand side. They've got two blue shirts in the penalty area. It's sent outward for the volley. It's not the best of clearance. This time it's the captain who keeps it in play. And eventually the strike comes, rolls up for a goal kick. For the last 30 seconds, it's been all Paris Saint-Germain. Like I mentioned, they've never lost the first leg of a round of 16 tie. Going by the statistics, it might be a decider at the Parc des Princes. But on replay again, Varane just trying to measure the length of Neymar's face. As we have a substitution for Madrid, Gareth Bale. I can't tell who's off. I can confirm now who's off. Karim Benzema for Gareth Bale.
Jude will be happy. Jude will be really happy.
I don't think any of us Madrid fans are not grateful people. The ones who criticize Benzema.
Honestly, I think they are so ungrateful. I think them and Chelsea,
Jude is one of them.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea fans are kind of not. They are so spoiled.
Ungrateful by not liking Benzema.
No.
Criticizing
Benzema for me, honestly, I see it entire minute. I think it's top 5 strikers in the world. I put Benzema.
Hey, look at his records.
They already told us where you play football.
Look at the totality of the game.
No surprise.
I'm analyzing football, not to you. But look at the totality of the game. I think Benzema has been in the game. If you look well, I think he has been the one hustling for the ball. I think he's a good striker.
Yes,
anytime, any day, he's world class.
Benzema has been.
Benzema is world
Benzema
class.
has been.
World class.
Benzema has actually been nonsense in this game.
Nonsense?
I think.
Oh! It's a walk in the park finally for Liverpool because they're having a ball. And I can't understand this Brazilian celebration coming from Femi. Liverpool have made it 4-0 in favor of themselves. Another counter-attack situation. Another time for the Upton Town. Liverpool have dealt huge blows on this Porto side. It's now Liverpool 4, Porto 0. Goal coming from Firmino. Beautiful build-up. You could take nothing away from that. Great doggedness coming from that man, Sadio Mane. Put the ball in the left-hand side for Milner. And Milner just swears it for Firmino to strike.
I don't know why Chidibere exerts himself with so much energy. You know, when games are 2, 3, 4, you just announce the goal and let it slide. No energy. Just put it out that way. But there's action, unusual. It's incredible because a player is currently being attended to, and I say that because the referee is a player. And, it was done intentionally by Neymar. I thought it was intentional. You know, fairness actually. For the better description,
Honestly, I think it's the way the referee off because that penalty for me wasn't a penalty. Honestly,
that was in the first half.
That wasn't a penalty in the first half. That was wrong in the first half. I've seen that not given so many times. The referee made a very, very wrong call, and I think it deserved the ball to be in his head.
Well, the referee has been attended to. His face is a bit of double call, and this time great piece of skill. Neymar again. He still keeps on to possession. Somehow trying to backheel the ball from Mbappe. Couldn't keep it in play, and somehow it's going to be Isco who finds Marcelo, and he sends it down to Luka Modric. What a magician! He defines everything fabulous, Luka Modric. Just such composure on the ball, and the fact that he plays against Nigeria at the FIFA World Cup.
It's terrifying.
We have him.
It might be.
Mark him.
Oh, there's a possibility Wilfred might join Liverpool at the end of the campaign. He's a big admirer, Jurgen Klopp, of the Nigerian player, and that would be great. Gareth Bale's first attraction is an offside call as we head back to our friends on Facebook. Namde's been criticised.
Yeah, been criticized
by not taking messages.
Not just criticized heavily, and I start with that particular message. Louisa Paul C. He or she says
she,
Namdi,
maybe
because the name Louisa is strange.
Louisa should be a lady.
Yeah, but Paul and C.
That's a son.
She's married.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah, potentially. Potentially.
She says, Namdi, you didn't read my message. I just did, Louisa. She.
She must have sent one earlier.
Yeah, probably she said. I didn't see it. All right, Stephen Sam. He says, is Buchi the one putting on Arsenal jersey? Yes, the black one. So you don't know he's the one.
He's mourning Arsenal's non-Champions League appearance. Yes.
All right, for Lloyd Martins, he says, I did swear to just because of tickets and they gone now.
It depends the outcome, man. I wish you all the best.
Yeah. It depends. Balogo Damilola says, great one, guys. Lovely to see you guys. And Malekiowi Valiant. He says, we have... no, he's answering that. But let's answer. Let's go to this one. Ekweme Kelvin. Liverpool, I beg, is enough. That's what he says. And you guys... says you guys talk too much.
Yeah, I think that's a compliment, really. Talks.
Is that a compliment?
I think that's a compliment.
He used the B word.
I think it's still a compliment.
Yeah, everything is a compliment. Nobody compliments you. Everything is a compliment.
All right, for Okafor. So many messages. Harsh. Buchi is actually looking good. That's Steve Sam.
Yeah, he knows he was going to go like that.
He's a lady. He's a lady.
Sorry, is she a lady?
He's a lady.
He says it's Steve Sam. Right, Femi and the gang. Good job. It's Ojo Olabode sending that one. Ade coded. It comes again. It says all the English teams to the semi-final. More best in MP. Nice work, bro.
There's a rumble in the Real Madrid penalty area, and somehow they've been able to clear the ball. He scored just dilly-dallying, and eventually it's going to be it's becoming quite feisty. Madrid are playing from right to left, just a description of the position of the teams in the second half, and the opposition PSG are playing from left to right. They currently do have possession of the ball. Verratti rose it up front to fight Neymar, the poster boy, and he's not going to be given the free kick. The reason why he did that to the referee.
He wants the free kick.
And it's Varane who's running free on the right-hand side, unusual for a defender, but somehow he's been clipped by the flag of the assistant referee. For offside.
PSG switch formation right now.
Well, for throwing, I beg your pardon.
I think they're playing 3 at the back right now with Marquinhos and Kimpembe. I saw him expressing so much, and also Monia. Then we see Dani Alves playing as a wing back, and also from the left wing, Bell Rich here, if I'm not wrong. I think you have more attacking players. I think it's Neymar and the up front.
How does that disturb you? Well, incredible. I know.
I think Aspilicueta gave me such difficulty. It took me like 6 months to get that name pronounced.
Yeah, they said to get Aspilicueta.
Yeah, so what's happening to Mbappe?
I think Mbappe. You know Mbappe.
Did you know?
That is as simple. You just said Mba.
No, I'm talking about the food.
I'm helping you.
I'm talking about the food.
You're too hungry.
What would you guys have to say about Krychowiak?
Krychowiak. I think that's quite straightforward.
No, because I'm the one saying it. If you saw it,
I actually think some.
Okay, if it's about you saying it, you mention Leicester. People will say Leicester, and they call it over Leicester. And they say,
well, it's the way it's written for certain people. They want to pronounce the C and the I. But back to the action at the Bernabeu. It's Neymar who's close to the edge. He's found himself in the penalty area, trying to lob the ball for Marco Verratti, but it's futile. Caught out short. 75 minutes played at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 1, PSG 1. And the cameras, whoa, he was almost going to be successful with that dribble. But the experience of Ramos. Some amazing defending there from Sergio Ramos. Quite a leader.
Emmanuel, just some update out there at the Estadio de Dragao. We've seen Porto, the home side, make their third and final change of this game. They've taken off Taquinho and they've brought on Goncalo Piacenza. Hopefully he begins to come back for them if there is any, because they are 4 goals down against their visitors. Liverpool. Liverpool themselves have just made one defensive change because they've taken off their captain Jordan Henderson and brought on the Cameroonian Joe Matip. He doesn't play for Cameroon these days because he's retired. So he's come on to maybe add some solidity to that defense, but it's still Liverpool nonetheless leading by that massive 4-goal lead out there at the Dragao.
Well, we also haven't ignored our friends on social media, this time Twitter at Nigerian4FM. Do well to drop us a tweet. Liverpool continuing the hunt for a 5-star performance. Roberto Firmino, Salah, and Mane getting the goals, but PSG can get a second here. The strike would come through.
Oh, no!
Here somehow
Huge miss.
goes past everyone in the box. Dani Alves looking the most frustrated of all figures. Neymar also cursing in 10 different languages.
Only Cavani would have scored that.
Well, if he was present, the birthday boy could have done it.
Only him would have scored.
But it was too heavy a pass.
Yeah.
The substitute. Well, it's actually Yuri Bechiche. And Unai Emery knows that was the moment, potentially for the second. There's still plenty of time in this game. 14 minutes left, pending stoppage time. It's Madrid 1, PSG 1.
I think we have to press so high. And when you consider the youngsters he has in midfield, Rabiot, Lercelles, and also Verratti, these players normally are not like experienced, so experienced kind of players, and they manage to like press Madrid so much. Thumbs up to Emery, even if they lose this match.
Oh, here they come this time defending. Madrid attacking on the right hand side. Marcelo is going to swing one in with his left foot, finds Luka Modric. A good dink from Modric. The header is down from Gareth Bale, and Cristiano tries the shot, deflected for a corner kick. And Madrid gradually get into such positions where the fans are screaming and chanting Hala Madrid. It's quite noisy out there, the Estadio Bilbao. And it wasn't a moment for Madrid, but Ronaldo made one out of nothing. It's a corner to be taken by Toni Kroos. Ronaldo in the penalty area, so is Ramos. Deadly players with their heads, and it's come down, and somehow Sergio Ramos calls for a deflection, and the referee stays affirmative as the manager Zinedine Zidane have a word with Lucas Vazquez. He's going to be introduced in just a bit. And you begin to scratch your head, wondering who will be taken off in this encounter. Another corner swung in from the left-hand side. The goalkeeper comes, retracts his steps. And then again, it's PSG. Neymar, the young man who is the most expensive player on the planet. That move from Barcelona to PSG is significant. He's forced the yellow card and the free kick. Nacho, one of the few Madrid players to be on the booking in this encounter, as we see a substitution at the Dragao.
Yes, Emmanuel, we've seen Liverpool's second change on the night. And it will be that man. He's been absolutely brilliant on the night. He's just 18 years of age, and it's been a really remarkable season for him. Alexandra Arnold Trent, if you want to put it so, he's been taking off. And we've seen Joe Gomez come on to replace him. Another change, Danny Ings, remember him? Yes, the former Burnley man, he's come on. And Firmino, the man who has been blistering for Liverpool, just as some of the other players who have been on parade for them tonight. So Roberto Firmino coming off and Danny Ings coming on. It's about 79 minutes of football played out there in Porto. Porto still trailing. You can hardly find a way for them to come back here. They brought in Jesus Corona. Couldn't do the job for them, couldn't get them back in this one. And also, they made a couple of other changes as well. Tried to also add the attacking impetus by bringing on the likes of Abdul Majid Waris. Couldn't also do the job for them. And it's really been a nosedive in terms of performance for Porto so far in the second half. They throw by 4-0.
Madrid have exhausted their substitutions. Made two while Chidibir was informing you on what was going down at the Dragao. Casemiro taking off for Lucas Vazquez, and Marco Asensio introduced for Isco. And I wonder, Azu, what this does to the Madrid side, Asensio and Vazquez.
These guys are potential changers of any game. We've seen them do it over time. The only time it doesn't work is when they are overused. I saw them against Bayern Munich. You saw what Asensio did to the likes of Matt Hummels to actually get a goal in that particular encounter. These guys are brilliant. Yes, maybe not too experienced, and they've started showing it already. Vasquez has just given an assist to Gareth Bale. If that cross had come out, it would have just been in the back of the net, and Madrid would have just been costing their way to victory. So two young boys who can play good football. Good luck to Madrid.
Madrid have a man who can be compared to a saint. The camera's just banned on him, knowing I've got to start to reel out. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored 10+ goals in 7 consecutive Champions League campaigns. No other player has done so in more than 2. And somehow, well, the flag is up against Neymar and Unai Emery. Is that Kylian Mbappe? Yes, Mbappe. Neymar was on the far left-hand side. How is that an offside call?
That wasn't. I think that was the wrong call from the linesman.
That could have just been.
That could have been
unbelievable decision from the assistant referee.
Yeah.
And the referee didn't want to make the
Another
assistant referee look foolish. Certain referees will turn a blind eye, but if you do that, you just aren't family anymore.
Well, I think the introduction of Gareth Bale has brought something different to the Real Madrid side.
Has it?
Now he's made the pitch bigger. He's stuck to the right-hand side for a very long time. As in, he's not staying anywhere close to anywhere any defender is. So he's making the pitch really wide and making it easy for Real Madrid to switch from the left to the right. What he does with the ball, I don't know. But what he's done is now PSG have to look to their left. Most times when they are defending, because Gareth Bale is just somewhere there. And, of course, we can't, overemphasize the importance of Lucas Vazquez in the game.
Oh, so much pace and power. This time it's Mbappe who successfully bullies his way beyond Marcelo and tries a step over. But this time he stutter steps.
You know when you want to go past your elder brother and he stands and he's looking at you, say, come boy.
Go anywhere.
I like what Mbappe is doing. Confidence. He showed that against Ramos. He's showing it against.
He can take on defenders.
That's what you need from a young player. Fearless.
He's quite fearless. He was a key factor that aided AS Monaco to win their first League One title in 17 years during the 2016-17 campaign. He's got a couple of goals before his switch. Well, he's currently on loan, just for the record, to Madrid, and this time it's going to be that pass. Trying to connect with Ronaldo, but timely interception from the PSG lad. It's not over yet. It's Luka Modric who can find the number 20 man, beg your pardon, Asensio, it seems. And he cuts it back. It's Ronaldo, who benefits off a defensive clunger. Replay again. You've got to give credit to the substitute Marco Asensio.
Yeah.
And again, you've got to take up your lash and whip the entire back line of PSG. They had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They outnumbered the Madrid white shirt, and somehow they just couldn't keep it in play. It was Marco Asensio with a cross. The goalkeeper, Areola, he don't tap a ball to Ronaldo.
Lack of coordination.
It's so devastating, Cristiano.
You talk about the evolution of Ronaldo, from one who runs from the flanks, very skillful, to a goal scorer, now a poacher in a position like that. Just watching the reaction, the instant reaction from Ronaldo, just to push his knee out, his left knee out, to take that one in, is something you should acknowledge. He's done this over time, and he's shown that he's evolved from one player to the other. Now he plays as a number 9. Since Benzema left, he pushed forward, and he has been the go-to guy for Real Madrid. He might not see so much of the ball, but once he puts a foot out and once chances like that presents themselves, you know what he does, and he's just shown you what he's done. Cristiano Ronaldo, he scored a brace already in this game. Fantastic display. Will this be enough to take Real Madrid to the quarterfinal? I don't know. But what we know right now is Real Madrid currently lead 2-1.
I think so. I think Madrid might eventually qualify for the quarterfinal, because, as we see, this is their cup. And what I like about him, Ronaldo, is his celebration. Now midday year.
If you saw the first time, he didn't actually celebrate that way. But eventually, Giovanni has been taken off. Giovanni Lo Celso. And Julian Draxler.
Julian Draxler is the man who comes in.
The number 23 man introduced by Unai Emery. I'm not certain, based on the fact that the second goal was a combination of a defensive error with the goalkeeping. The goalkeeper dropping the clanger. Talks of a leader at the back, but I've got to give credit to Kipembe. I think he's done really, really well against an incredible attack line. Mashed out by the most lethal striker in the Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo. Top scorer last season when they went on to win the Champions League back-to-back for the first time. And he scored 11 breathtaking goals this campaign.
You don't want to believe that this man will win the Ballon d'Or again. The closest person to him is Lionel Messi.
I think he's going to reject it. He's going to reject it for fairness, Cristiano.
Yeah.
Well, it is Mont, actually, as we head straight to the dugout. Chidabri has an update.
Well, updates, whatever you want to call it.
5-star
it's
performance.
a 5-star. You talked about
Yeah, I
it.
wanted
You
it.
saw it coming inadvertently. Well, somewhere you just saw it coming. Liverpool have extended their lead.
I was going to say it.
Stepping up was a long-range strike from the Senegalese, and it's made it 5-0 in favour of Liverpool out there against Porto.
Hat-trick for him.
Hat-trick.
Now, as we celebrate that gentleman, we head straight to home of Marcelo Vieira da Silva Jr. Well, he's somehow found a way to extend Madrid's lead. And again, it all began from that man, the introduced player, Marco Asensio. The area view of the camera makes it difficult, but Marcelo wasn't a perfect tap-in, but who gives a macaroni about it? Took off his shin, and the goalkeeper, Areola, couldn't really stop it. This man started his football playing for Fluminense, and he's ended up being one of the most revered left-back in the game's history. And made people forget that at a point in time, Roberto Carlos wore the shirt of Real Madrid. He's been exceptional, but not overwhelming in terms of the performance of Madrid. But it's what I'll call a flattering scoreline. Madrid 3, PSG 1. As you predicted, a whitewash. Well, someone in the studio did in the second half. Well, it was Buchia.
I didn't predict 3-1. I was starting on this morning. I remember categorically I predicted the match was going to end 3-1. But I would say I was like close to 3 minutes in this game.
It's a lot of time.
But thumbs up to my form for Madrid to win. But thumbs up to Madrid. I think they stepped up a little bit. For PSG, like they say.
Friends, and I'll continue to reiterate, even as the cameras pan on a man who runs the team. Fiorentino Perez is friend of Zidane, but if he doesn't deliver the Champions League or La Liga, which is destined for Barcelona.
You see that coded handshake? Like you said, the camera can catch anything.
Anything.
They thought they were coding it. And we saw the handshake.
There's always cameras positioned everywhere. It's what it is.
I'm sorry I missed that. Who shook who?
Perez was shaking the other guy like, we don't do it.
The guy looks like the agent who masterminded this victory.
I said we don't do it.
I wanted to know if Neymar was shaking him.
It's 88 minutes played out there. The Santiago.
Mbappe,
well, it could be Kylian Mbappe, the goalkeeper.
Tight angle.
Doesn't leave his. Keep your eye on the game at the Dragao.
I'm tired, man. I mean, Porto, just lying down, allow Liverpool to walk on them. Do anything on them. Really, the penetration here has been sensational.
That's not a football description.
It's been free flowing coming from Liverpool. Look, and they've relied on the fast players, and the fast players have done the job. But you look at it and the balance of it, and you just feel it's been a total performance from the Liverpool players.
Let's celebrate Madrid coming for a fourth goal, which might blow this tie. Not open, but completely silly. Ronaldo going for a hat-trick. Well, he does a stutter step, a trademark step over. Unfortunately for him, this time around, the goalkeeper Alfonso Areola was well positioned. It's 89 minutes, make that 90 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid 3, PSG 1. Who would have thunk it?
Me. Who would have thunk 5-0 for Liverpool?
That's even more astonishing.
I did.
I would have thunk it. But you know the funny thing, Emmanuel, for PSG, they don't need to win the game. All they need to do is just make it 3-2. Yeah. And they know they've taken 2-goal advantage.
That's my fear now.
And that's what Real Madrid need to avoid at this point. Any goal from PSG, because if PSG get a 3-2, they know they now have 2 away goals, and that might hurt Real Madrid when they get to Parc des Princes. And Real Madrid need to watch it. 3-1 at this point, I think it's quite comfortable for them. But at 3-2, I don't think it would be any good for Real Madrid.
It's not about PSG not scoring. Yeah. It's about them not losing the ball when they don't score, because Madrid will go on an attack and score. We saw a lot of it last 2 seasons. Once they get the ball from you, it's total football. Theirs might not be the tiki-taka, but they go with some very huge counter, and any way you want it, they get the goals, and that's what they've come to do.
Thomas Meunier, he's seen a yellow card just tracking down Marco. And a man who's been integral since his introduction. Great tactical decision by the coach. Zinedine Zidane. When substitutions like this work for you, you held them. Contrary to Unai Emery's decision, possibly, some would say. to relegate experience and classifies it to be a sporting reason. The captain, Thiago Emiliano da Silva, wasn't listed for this fixture. Offside call against Real Madrid.
The player outside waited and Mojic was like kind of running to it, but I think the linesman was too fast, so I call it there.
On replay again, certainly took a deflection off the captain of the side, Marquinhos. But who cares? Marcelo running straight to the manager with such delight and happiness. Well, somehow they can get a second goal. It's heavier pass from Rabiot. He should be doing better. Well, it's like a ninth coming alive again. The last time he played against Real Madrid, it was 4-1. And tonight, it's 3-1. A tale of Dani Alves. As we celebrate an incredible feat by the Reds out there at the Dragao.
Absolutely incredible. Porto's nightmare has finally ended. In their own home ground, it's been a stellar performance. 5-star, if you may, coming from Liverpool. Sadio Mane, well, he got himself a hat-trick. He's been inching for that hat-trick. He's been really, really poised to get it. And finally, he's gotten it. Scored the first goal in 25th minute before adding the third goal, Liverpool's third, in the 53rd minute, and then making it a hat-trick just in the 85th minute. It's ended out there, alongside the likes of Mohamed Salah also getting a goal. Liverpool beating Porto in their own backyard. It's Porto 0, Liverpool 5.
It went one better than Man City did in Switzerland against Barca. I tell you why they've won the Champions League the most when it comes to English teams. 5. Closest is United with 3. City yet to win. Chelsea with a 2012 triumph against Barcelona. Against Bayern Munich, Barca was the semi-final team that took apart. So it's a great night for the Reds. They never walk alone. Minutely rents the air out there at the Dragao. But I think you can hear it loudly because all of the fans supporting Porto have walked home, heads bowed. At the Bernabeu, it's Real Madrid, the chant. At 2 minutes, 33 seconds played, 1 minute left. And it's going to be a perfect night for Madrid. It's quite a flattering scoreline, but they've deserved every bit of it. Not over yet, I can tell you. An opportunity for a second, potentially for the visiting side. The cross comes in and a tap in, just too high from the Brazilian Neymar. And he knows it's not the night. And some very harsh words, but eventually the referee, Gianluca Roche, he would not forget tonight, not based on his performance, but because he needed some stitches on the pitch during the course of the encounter. Has seen enough of football, and the cameras will pan on not one, but the top scorer in the competition with 11 goals. The man who's top scorer, not just one season, has tried to make it a second. He's masterminded a crucial victory. And they take a commanding lead to the return fixture on the 8th of March 2018. It's ended at the Santiago Bernabeu. His 11th in 7 games. A brace from Cristiano Ronaldo. And an even a decent one from Marcelo. Just wiped out the opener from Mr. Rabiot. Frustration for Neymar as he walks into the dugout. But there's something joyous from the fans who made the trip from Paris down to Madrid. They applaud what has been a decent performance. It's a result, no longer a scoreline. It's ended Real Madrid 3, PSG 1. It's plenty to look forward to in the return fixture.
Plenty to look forward to, Emmanuel. At 3-1, you'll want to say the game is almost done. I would say Real Madrid have 1 foot in the quarterfinal. It's not 2-1, it's 3-1, and that's why I say that. Very disappointing from PSG. They took the lead early, and you expected them to, from there in, you just move on. Worst case scenario, 1-1, 2-1, it ends there, and you move on. But that wasn't the case. They let everything open. Cristiano Ronaldo, highly criticized this season for his performance or lack of it. And we've seen him scoring 2 goals in this one. And, of course, Marcelo. Real Madrid have been criticized all season long. And this is what we see from Real Madrid. Congratulations to them. 3-1 over PSG.
And we wrap up our coverage connecting with our guys at IMAX Cinemas. How does Jude feel, Bolariwa?